Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Hope you're having a great day. I ignore a ton of shit, and I also, if I'm wrong about something, I admit it, as I just did. So if I was wrong about who had a wrench and was blocking me, uh, somebody's got a wrench and is blocking me over there. So why don't you stop being a fucking coward in the shadows and tell everybody the truth about who the fuck you are, that you're blocking me, and what the reason is? Hi, K-Rocks. Hi, Blues. Thank you for coming by to say hi. I appreciate it. No, it's just, I've seen this woman infiltrate so many places and people falling for her fake loving kind. Oh, I'm just a nerd. I played the flute when I was a little girl, and I was always had my nose in a book. I mean, bitch, how many fucking years you been up in here? Over 10 years pulling your fucking shit. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about fucking Tiffany. That's who I'm talking about. Oh, you never speak about me? Maybe not in public, but behind the scenes. You have said lie upon lie about me, and you have never said you were wrong or sorry about it. Period. Now, I've seen you say sorry to people, but it's always your agenda because you want to use them for your own fucking benefit. You stupid fucking cunt. Anybody that falls for your shit needs to have their fucking heads examined because the proof about you is all over the fucking place. And I'll bring back all my evidence of you fucking attacking me in chats, calling me an old hag and ugly and all the fucking shit you did to somebody you didn't even know, but you did because you were working for somebody else who actually tried to fucking help you with the Yaxley situation because I thought you actually were really in love with each other. But you kept attacking me because your whole point was never about wanting to be with Yaxley. You were sent in by fucking Renee. He's just so stupid that he or his ego wouldn't allow him to believe that you never actually gave a fuck about him, and you didn't. And yeah, you saw that screenshot where I believe you're telling him that Renee blames me more than she blames him. That is the stupidest fucking shit I've ever heard. We've all seen, and I put up the video, his testimony. Why don't you fabricate some fucking testimony that I gave the court because I never did, and I'll go to the fucking court and prove that it's fabricated because I never made any fucking on-record statement about anything to any fucking court. God. You people that fall for this fucking bitch's act, what is wrong with you? Look, everybody can be friends with whoever the fuck they want. But if you want to have some integrity, you don't swim with fucking sharks. You show through, who you allow to be around you, what's acceptable to you. And people don't want to, they want to say, oh, I'm not responsible. You are the company you keep. And if you know about shitty things people have done without remorse, it's a different thing if they have said they're remorseful for the things they've done. Straight across the board, not just cherry picking, okay? The cherry picking is because it's an agenda. You're getting used. That's why you get picked. To be the recipient of all this phony fucking crap that she does. She ain't your friend. She don't give a fuck about you. And she will cut you for fun and probably Stroke one out while doing it, because that's how fucking sick she is. Oh, you haven't said anything? Fuck you, bitch. The damage that you have done to me, you deserve to be in a fucking jail cell for the shit you've done, including running over that man and lying about the fucking truth is out there. I'm going to repost the video. The way you minimize it, like his family was happy that you killed their son, and that you shouldn't worry about it. I mean, you are just a pathological fucking lying piece of shit. But you roped one in, didn't you? Oh, I know you're feeling so good about yourself. You got in there. You wanted to be in that room for many reasons. You wanted to have a secure seat at that table. You always have multiple reasons for the things you do, and you're a massive grudge holder. Your grudge with me you will never take responsibility for what you did to me. And continue to do so, laughing and scratching with your friend Lisa Lake, who is also supported by Tracy. So that's great. That's a great look for y'all. You support someone who is rarely ever even fucking mentioned. Don't even deal with the bitch. She can't even tell you what justifies 7 years of that abuse. But I guarantee if I go into her channel, you're under the videos laughing about me and the fact that I was almost pushed over the edge. You fucking lying piece of shit. Ugh. Okay, I got that out. You've been really busy? Well, I hope busy doing fun things. Someone's fees. Well, I'm going into a room and I'm getting blocked over and over again by someone hiding in the shadows. And so, of course, I have every right to think that it's her because of all the horrid things she's done. She said it wasn't her. I apologized. She played the rusty trombone. Yeah, I'm going to refrain. She's the one who looks rough as fuck. I don't like her. Yeah, well, when you really get to know her and see what she's done and that she is not sorry, there is no reason to like a person like that. Pam? Paula is pretty dumb. I remember trying to watch an hour and a half rant he did on you. It was mostly a bunch of pointless babble. Well, then I found out after the fact that he was going behind the scenes trying to convince people I doxed his whole family, which is a complete and utter fucking lie. On the eternal condemnation of my soul if I'm lying. And he hates that. So let me say it again. On the eternal condemnation of my soul, if I'm lying, may I go to hell right now if I ever doxed you or your family, you dumb fucking asshole. What else is going on? Let's listen to a couple songs. It's getting late, but we're going to balance the energy now that I was allowed to get kind of pulled into something because the channel owner's yelling at me. Like, where's that energy coming from? I've never done anything to you. Why would you be so unkind? I just told you her friend made fun of me being raped at 5. That went right over your fucking head, and you allegedly have been SA'd as a child. Where is your compassion? For fuck's sake. But, that's a good friend to have, and you can trust and rely upon that. Good luck. We'll see in 6 months, years' time, what's going on, Whatever. What's going on is my cat had a seizure 2 nights ago, and it was horrifying. And Blues probably doesn't want me talking about this online. And I rebuke and plead the blood of Jesus Christ over every altar of witchcraft, black magic, and all the evil shit all you fucking people do out there. I plead the blood of Jesus Christ over all of you. So if you try to fuck with me and my animals, my children, I plead the blood of Jesus over your altar of fucking evil. That you would pray for an animal to not be well in order to harm the person that loves them. You're a sick bunch of fucking lunatics. I gotta go bury something in the yard. It's the full moon. Those are her friends saying shit like that. I can lay it all out for you. I have every fucking screenshot that lines her up with these people that literally have trying to push a person off the edge. I got it all. I got her supporting them, and I have them supporting her. Okay? I have all of, whatever I lost on the channel that was taken down falsely. I have a lot of screenshots still. I still have a lot of videos. So I still have evidence, and I can bring it all back, all the evidence about you, Tiffany, and fucking writing me disgusting emails when all I did was try to help you, you stupid psycho cunt from hell. Bite me, bitch. I'm seeing if my phone is charged. Music from it. These are really old devices, so they don't hold charge well. Yeah, it's dead. So we'll just have to talk for a minute. We'll see if we can get this charged up. I'm not going to be on here long. Unlike many others on here, I don't have the energy for this stupidity. I used to bust fucking people out left and right, and I was pretty fucking good at it for someone that was having a nervous breakdown. But I'm not wasting my life force energy like that anymore and giving my energy to those people. That's why now you'll see I really don't have much else to say. Maybe something will come to me and I might say something more. But overall, I'm not going to give a lot of my breath to these pieces of crap. That's what they are. Just filth. They are the lowest common denominator in society. They're the lowest of the low. People take in money to harass vulnerable people. And everybody knows how many people have been pushed to suicide online. Yes, mostly children. Most of the concern is for children. And I understand that. But what about the vulnerable adults? And I can go through, and I've done videos showing how many people have committed suicide after being trolled, just like I've been. They're dead now. Okay? So I'm a voice for the voiceless. And I will do another video showing those people that killed themselves. Beautiful woman. I don't know if she was in Australia or the UK. She was a television person. She was a personality online, whatever. And constantly being berated about her looks. And she had tried to off herself, I think, more than once before the final time where she was successful. And it was directly linked to these people that just would not leave her alone. And she was begging to be left alone, just like I was. They don't care because they want it. Someone comes in and says to me, they're playing the game of 23 on you. Do you know what that is? And I'm like, no, because prior to 2018, I was not on social media except Facebook, and I knew nothing about this hellish shit that goes on. So she said, they're playing the game of 23 on you. You know what that is? And I said, no. And she said, it's when they pile 23 people on you, and whoever gets you to go off the edge and unalive yourself, that person wins. That's the games they play on here, according to one of them. She's actually one of them, but she's the one that said it. So, was it just devised to try to scare me because they want to silence me and want me gone? The thing is, though, I don't really even talk about these people anymore unless I get wind of enough shit and it builds up enough. Then I'm usually going to come out and say something about it. But overall, I try not to because I don't want to have anything to do with demonic people. Hellions, that's what they are. There's forgive. Yeah, we have to forgive. Jesus says we have to forgive. But do we really have to forget? Is he saying somebody that murdered your children, that you should forgive them and bring them into your life? No, that's not how it works. Now, if the person is unbelievably remorseful, I suppose that could happen. But it's clear when people aren't remorseful, and I'll give you a little clue how you can see it. They continue the behavior, maybe not at me, but at other people. It goes on because they're not sorry about what they did to me or anybody else. The only thing they're sorry about is getting caught. Yeah, I had to mute out because I had to cough. Who? Chilling with Janelle. Hey, how are you? How do you know us? I'm sorry. Hi, Robbie. How are you doing? Yeah, I mean, you know about Tiffany. Anybody that's going to support Tiffany is they haven't seen the wreckage she's caused, and she's just we all have to forgive because that's what Jesus says in the Lord's Prayer. If you want to be forgiven, you have to forgive. But that doesn't mean that if that person continues the behavior, they ain't fucking sorry about what they did to you. They ain't fucking sorry about what they did to anybody. Okay? It's who they are. You know? I don't know which part you're referring to because a lot of gnarly shit's gone down. They sorry about running out of Fenty. They're junkies, that's why. Yeah, well, I hope you're doing well with your sobriety. I was a drug and alcohol counselor for over 10 years, and I've been around recovery since before the age of 21. I had my share of relapses, had only 2, but bad enough. And I'm one of those people, I don't say you got to go to AA, NA, you go wherever, but you got to go somewhere, you got to get support because we just, as a rule, addicts and alcoholics, the way our brains work and our perceptions of things lead us into dark places, And so you have to replace the addiction with something else. Some people do it with church. Listen, church has existed for a long time, and alcoholics were dying on the street and in mental institutions mainly. So I think having a higher power is important. Yeah. It's not easy if you weren't raised with it or you were raised within a religion that committed abuses. That's not so easy to believe in a God. Like I have had probably 20 existential dilemmas about this concept of a God. And your cat and your hamster are fucking adorable. Yeah, she's pure fucking evil. But such a malignant, Machiavellian, narcissistic, I don't know what else you can add to that. Lots of other things. Narcissistic personality disorder. I mean, I've never sat down to try and figure out all of her mental issues, but believe me, I've studied the DSM. I worked as a substance abuse counselor and part of it is learning. And I was a psych major in college. So it is not out of the realm of my skill set to diagnose what the fuck she's got going on there. But she is a psychopath. She has no fucking conscience. Yeah, Save Robbie doesn't normally come over here, but thank you for coming. Doing so good for once in my life, sober, strong. Fantastic. And we're just going to talk about that for a bit if you don't mind. And I'm not, focusing on you. I'm just speaking about for myself. As long as I put my recovery first, above all other things, and it really has to be that way. People will say, but what about my children? No, because if you are using, you're not there for your kids anyway. So recovery comes first. Anything put in front of it, usually you lose your recovery and you lose everything you got. That's the story that's repeated over and over again for decades. I've seen it, happen to people. They get a girl, they get a guy, they get a house, they get a good job, they get a car. Meetings take a back seat. Pretty soon they're not going to meetings anymore. The consistent thing you will always hear from people that relapse, they stopped going to meetings. Through this time that I've been attacked and I've been really sick, it's been really hard for me to get to meetings, even Zoom meetings, like just remembering, setting an alarm, the alarm goes off and I don't even remember that it was for the meeting, even if it's labeled. Like I have some cognitive stuff because I've had problems eating for 8 years, like no appetite. It's really hard to get food in, and that affects your brain. But I go to a regular noon meeting almost every day, like 7 days a week, especially when I'm in crisis. And what they also say is when all else fails, there's nothing like working with another alcoholic. And so that, or addict, and that's why I encourage people to be in a group, whether it's smart recovery, Zen Buddhist recovery, AA, choose whatever works for you, but have something, because you got to have something to take up the space where the addiction was. You have to replace the addiction with something positive. I don't think just hiking is going to do it, or jogging, or, going to church. I think there's a little bit more that most addicts and alcoholics need, including many of us have trauma. I have CPTSD, and living with PTSD is, most people kill themselves that have it. You can go look up the statistics on it. Listen, the fur babies, mine, have saved my life because I have been that person that couldn't handle reality sober and just did not want to be on the planet, so many times. And these little guys, they especially cats, transmute energy. The purring is all about healing. They heal themselves, they can heal us. I'm so grateful to have them. Unfortunately, mine are getting up there and having issues, and if you don't have a lot of funds, it's hard to give them all the care that you would want. It's a really sad state of affairs because so many people end up surrendering animals that just need medical care, but they can't afford it. So those animals are often put to death. I mean, that's just sick. And there's a quote about you can measure the sickness of a society by the way they treat animals. Maybe somebody knows who made that quote, or can go look it up. Yeah, I think she's a psychopath, actually. Go look up the 10 traits of a psychopath, and she checks off all the boxes. It's more than just a sociopath. They say that sociopaths have some level of conscience. Not a lot, but they can possibly grow a conscience. Okay? A psychopath, no, cannot do it. can never grow a conscience. Don't have one, never going to get one. Now, they can be treated for their psychopathy with a cocktail of, drugs, maybe to calm them down and prevent them from acting out. When you get into drug cocktails for these types of things, it's very dangerous because, look, on antidepressants, what's one of the first side effects they tell you that has suicidality, or the other one that starts with an H, where you unalive other people. That's the top side effect for people that are having, that they're giving that to people that are having those issues. That's just, that, it makes no sense. And I've done the dance with antidepressants because of all the massive depressions I've gone through in my life. Very, very abusive childhood. Works for a couple of weeks and then it doesn't work anymore. I was on one for maybe a year. It worked, stopped working. The last one I was on was 5 years ago. It took me 15 years to titrate off of it. It's one of the hardest things to get off of. It's called Effexor, and I always ask your doctor, but I don't recommend it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not making medical advice, but I would definitely want people to try things that don't have terrible side effects first. But for some people, those things work, and they work well. And I got no problem with that. If they're okay with it, great. For me, it didn't work. It was making my insomnia even worse. And then I started having, because of the panic anxiety, and the CPTSD, I started having a lot of heart palpitations. And even when I went down to the lowest dose, which was half of 37.5, I was still having, my heart was jumping. And I'm like, I'm not taking this anymore. Like, this is scaring me. So that's how I ended up getting off antidepressants, which was, I'm not suggesting anybody should do that. I'm not a doctor. I'm telling you, for me, I could not find anything that actually worked. And the side effects were adversely affecting my life. So I'm not going to continue to do that. I don't know. Anybody can do whatever they want. Okay, let me get ahead. Sorry, I'm behind. Good. I'm glad you didn't mind. You agree? Okay, cool. I'm glad. I always love meeting other people that have had their battles with addiction and alcoholism, because really, we are best equipped to help each other, really. I mean, often people take each other out, newcomers, that can be dangerous too. That's why they always say in AA, stick with the winners. That doesn't mean if you want to try and help somebody that's a relapser, but if you have a history of relapse, you got to keep an arm's length, and they'll get what they need. It doesn't have to be you. Putting ourselves in danger to try and save somebody else is not what's recommended. It's the 12th step. We carried the message we carried the message to other alcoholics and practiced the principles in all our affairs. Okay, so a big part of it is helping others, right? When I was early in my sobriety this time around, I have 33 years now, my counselor's brother, who had like 8 years clean, went on a 12-step call with 3 other guys. And I think, well, they all relapsed. He died, and I don't know if the other guys survived. So that's why doing the 12th step without solid recovery is not really, I mean, you can be carrying the message, but you don't get too deep until you have that solid ground. And even with the solid ground, that guy had 7 years and died of a heroin overdose. And I think they relapsed on weed. I mean, it's the same thing. My fiance died of a drug overdose. He relapsed on weed. Now, I actually advocate for cannabis as a medicine, but I don't believe that all addicts can use it safely. Clearly, my fiance couldn't. It always led him back to shoving a needle in his arm, meth and heroin. So that was his drug of choice, and that's what happened. So you hear a lot of people, now I'm just talking recovery now. A lot of people, I just want to have a glass of wine with dinner. I just want a glass of wine with dinner. I just want a beer. That wasn't my problem. I was a junkie. I was a cokehead. I didn't, you know how many people I've seen pick up a glass of wine and end up dead of a fucking IV drug overdose? Countless people. So when my ex comes in saying he's going to use marijuana to treat afibrillation, because he was diagnosed with an afibrillation, I was like researching all the stuff of why cannabis is not good for the heart. I was researching, I was telling him marijuana maintenance is bullshit, you know, and all of that is true to a point, but it is actually a medicine, and if it can be used responsibly, it's a hell of a lot safer than a lot of other things that are out there. Now, this is called harm reduction in clinical recovery terms, but it's maybe, I don't know what percentage of the population can actually moderate and use cannabis as medicine because it is psychoactive. So the point would be use it in very micro doses so that you are not feeling the psychoactivity, but you get the medicinal benefit of it. And if you're literally starving to death, certain people are going to have to do things. There are certain people in the program that have to take pharmaceutical drugs, even morphine, people dying of cancer. That doesn't mean they're loaded. It's all about intention and how they're using it. Okay? If they're taking it as prescribed and they have a reason to take it, that is not a relapse. People have died with a morphine drip and they died sober, but they were dying of painful death and they needed pain relief. That's not a relapse. People don't understand. It's intention. Intention is how you figure out relapse. You can't be around him. Who? I call my pets my accountability coaches. That's cool. Aw, sweet babies. Yeah. And remember this, Robbie, because this took me years to figure this out. When we flip out and our energy is intense around them and not positive, they absorb it. So I realized that because I used to flip the fuck out all the time, that it was harming my animals. So I had, and me, it wasn't helping me. You know, one of the things I learned as a counselor is like responsibly expressing anger is okay, but going off the rails with it, it's not good for us. It actually is not good. It's counterproductive. So we have to find a way to process our anger responsibly. And that's challenging. Oh, then she's definitely a psychopath. I was on Effexor and had brain zaps when yep, that's why it's so fucking hard to get off of. If you go you can read countless forums of people talking about the brain zaps. And just, I can't even tell you all the other weird things. And then on the other side, when you come off of it, you're like 10 times more suicidal than you were going in. It actually makes it worse. I don't know if it's because the body becomes reliant upon it to release certain chemicals within the brain. I can't explain all that. I did study pharmacology for my, coursework to become a counselor, but I'm not an expert on it. I don't. I don't really claim to be an expert on much, but there is one thing I know more about than probably anything, and that is getting sober and staying sober. And the only reason that I was ever able to achieve anything in my life was by realizing that I can never use alcohol or drugs safely. Again, I have taken Vicodin after having knee surgery, and I did not relapse. They say, well, we shouldn't take alcohol in any amount. So they're saying that about drugs too. We shouldn't take drugs in any amount. But this is not factoring in illness, but there is also literature in AA that says these are outside issues to be discussed with a physician, a doctor, or a professional when it comes to medications. So there's that. Yep, I know all about those fucking zaps. Yep, 100%. I don't know you that well. That's why I'm not saying a lot, but I can't be around that liar. I wish I knew which one you were. Ashwagandha is good. Just check contraindications with other medications, because anything that slows your breathing, I believe I just was reading about that is one that, because it creates relaxation, you have to be careful not taking it with other medications at all, or if you do, you have to have like a 2-hour window. Again, that's something to be discussed with a doctor. I fall asleep, but I'm listening to you on my bedroom TV. Good talking to you. Oh, good. Well, I hope you get good sleep. And if you're able to sleep, you're a very, very lucky person, because I've had insomnia my whole life because my parents used to fight and my dad used to threaten to kill my mother. And we were not white trash. My parents, they grew a multi-million-dollar business from a $2,000 loan from my grandparents, ended up losing everything, but behind, mostly illness will wipe you out. Who calling my girl Mally psychic? Is somebody calling me psychic? I am pretty psychic. You know what is a good superfood you don't hear much about? Uh, no. Mesquite pod powders and flour. I may have heard about that because, I have a deep connection to indigenous peoples and many of the tribes of North America. And that is, the mesquite tree provides so much to nature and to the tribes living in areas where there wasn't a lot of ways to farm, because of the dryness of the desert or whatever it was. Although the whole rain dance thing, they would do rain dances and create rain, and they were growing corn in the desert. They still do to this day. I do a lot of research about First Nations people, and I'm very much, in terms of like religious, spiritual beliefs, I mostly align with how they see the higher power in nature, and they relate to it in that way. That's what my higher power shows me the signs through spirit animal totems, and I'm very connected to First Nations people. I've been like this since I was a little kid. I actually want to write a book about it. I've been told by more than one psychic that I was an Indigenous First Nations person in my life, in past lives. Now, if you don't believe in that, you don't believe in that. Many people don't. I give it credence. Can I tell you it's 100% true? No, but seen a lot of evidence. Look into, who's the guy, Brian He did regression therapy on people and they ended up going into past lives. Brian, damn it, does anybody remember? I'll find it. Malibu YouTube DJ. I know, but my freaking phone was dead. How are you doing, Hood Claw? That's why I couldn't. Oh, well, you're going to go. See you later. If you're on a different platform, let me know. Okay, I'm sorry. Obviously, people have issues with one another. I don't know what's happened. I won't invalidate anything. I've been through hell of shit with people on here. I realize people make mistakes. The ones that are remorseful and try to make things right, don't close the door on that if you can. I know there's a lot of really hurtful things that go on, but I hope you'll feel comfortable to come back again. But I don't have any reason to be unkind because that person hasn't done anything to me, nor can I. And I do stand up for people I don't even know, but I don't know what you're talking about. But if I did, I might weigh in without trying to triangulate or get in the middle of anything. I don't like to see people being harmed. There's ashwagandha in the multivitamins I take. Seems to help relax. It's very good. One of the things people need to look at, because I'm studying to become a naturopathic doctor, you have to look up not the daily recommended amount, because that's always lower than what you really need. That they don't tell you. You got to go do the research and find out what is well, I always look, what's the maximum safe dose I can take of ashwagandha, astragalus, maca. I'm not thinking of, if you saw how many supplements I had, I do a lot with mushrooms now, chaga, lion's mane, cordyceps. I'm drinking mushroom coffee, organic, which I fucking adore. It's so good. That is a superfood too. So if you can get your hands on some mushroom coffee, I'll show you the one I have. But you can look up what is the best and most highly reviewed mushroom coffee on the market. You can ask the AI and they'll tell you. And I think it's called Kappa. Kappa is the one that comes back with the highest ratings. But you don't even, it tastes great. It doesn't taste bad. But check your text. That's who she was talking about. Yeah, I didn't I acknowledge that? Yes, the mesquite pods are super good for you. I got to learn more about that, of harvesting that stuff and working with it. Way better than that mushroom coffee trash and stuff like that. But the mushroom coffee's good. Hi, Lodger. Live and kicking. Well, if I can get my phone charged up, we'll play it. For sleeping spray, lavender on your pillow. Yeah, but lavender is highly toxic to cats. So can't do that. I have a vast collection of essential oils because I have been making essential oil blends and put crystals in them for almost 20 years. I knew that there were essential oils that weren't good for cats, lavender being the one that I figured out over 15 years ago. I had a book that said it was good for them, so I thought it was okay. But then I did more research, and it's not. And most essential oils are toxic to cats and can be lethal. Okay? Super dangerous. Even castor oil, which is kind of having quite a resurgence, a lot of influencers talking about it because it's good for you and it's anti-aging. It helps grow your eyelashes. It does if you rub it on your tummy and put it in your belly button, it helps stomach issues. It's highly toxic to cats. So the only place I use it on parts of my body that there's no way they're going to lick. I don't have licky cats. They don't lick me a lot, thankfully. There's a one-off. I'm going to get a little lick on the hand or a lick on the face, but they're not lickers, thank God. But still, I won't put stuff on my arms or my face that they could possibly ingest. Like my legs are covered by my pajamas and my tummy's covered by my t-shirt, so I'm not really concerned about that. But I am very, very careful. I don't know. If I see a plant and it looks beautiful and I want to bring it in my home, the first thing I do is look it up online to see if it's toxic to cats. Many plants are toxic to them. So if you're a cat owner, it's very good to be knowledgeable about that. You didn't hear a peep about what? Right. Everybody needs different mix and intakes for where they are and what they're trying to achieve. Yeah. And, they talk a lot about probiotics, but they don't talk a lot about prebiotics. And prebiotics are so important because, say you've taken a, a course of antibiotics. Afterwards, people that believe in naturopathic things, alternative things, they say you should do mass quantities or as much as it's safe of probiotics. But the problem is all of its nutrition has been killed off. All the good bacteria gets killed off with the bad. So you have to rebuild the flora and fauna in your intestines, and you have to do equal probiotics to prebiotic. But you have to have the prebiotics because they can't survive without it. Then you have to find ones that actually survive going through the stomach digestive process and the acid. So there's all kinds of things that one needs to know when you use these things. And always ask your doctor. We're not giving medical advice here. Always ask your doctor. Tough to differentiate true feedback from marketing pushes nowadays too. Yeah, and they can fake reviews too. I stupidly bought this water purifier because I watched this thing about how bad the chemicals are in the water. I've known about this for years. I had a shower filter at one time, but it's like life happens and things get pushed under the rug, and I still have that filter. I don't know if they make the replacement filters for it still, but the microplastics and the forever chemicals and all this, I watched a report a couple of weeks ago. It scared the living shit out of me. So I was like, you can't fuck around with, the water. Like, you got to get filters on your water. And so I bought this water filter from Life Straw, but then I didn't do enough research after it arrived. Before I opened the box, I get into the research, and the fact is that there are flaws in it, and it does not safely clean out everything in the water. You'll have to go look into it to understand. So I'm trying to get them to take it back. In the meantime, I did the research and I found a filter. It's a countertop filter that you fill from the faucet, and it filters out almost everything to 99%. So I'm using that's in use. I'll tell you, it doesn't taste very good. But who really drinks water for taste? But there is good tasting water in this water, but maybe this is the way it's supposed to taste because we're just used to even the bottled water. A lot of us have been buying for years. It's got tons of microplastics in it and potentially other things, but definitely the tap. It's got bleach. It's got a host of chemicals in it, and that what they say is what goes on your body goes in your body. Your skin is the largest organ. What do you put on it is definitely being absorbed into your body. So pick your poison, people, because there's a lot of toxic shit out there. What didn't you hear a peep about? I wish I could look things up while I'm on here. I can't. I have to be on the other phone. But I'm going to try and play Alive and Kicking before I go. for the hooded claw who, I don't know. I have no idea. Like some of these accounts, I have no idea. And I have to tell you, sometimes I think I know, but I'll usually refrain from saying because I don't like to label people unfairly. This evening, when I said that I felt somebody was in an account banning me, and then they said that person doesn't have a wrench, I had to apologize because I was wrong. I still think it's a friend of hers with a wrench, or it's somebody else who hasn't had a wrench removed yet that has a vendetta against me. Whatever it is, like someone's hiding in the shadows, banning. You know, you're cagey, you're snaky, you ain't on the level. That's not fighting fair at all. And that diminishes you in terms of being a person of integrity. Also, that's not, look, I'm not down on anybody or everybody in alt accounts because people are trying to protect their anonymity, because if you get doxxed, it's a very fucked up experience. So I don't, if somebody's in an alt and they're not pulling shit, what's the problem? I don't care. If there were times when I had to go in an alt just to spread the truth about my own situation because so many people were lying about me. And if I came in my own account, I would get completely massacred. So, but I didn't use alt accounts to fuck with people in a mean way ever. Mistakes happen. Yeah. And you know what? Mistakes welcome. The brutal mafia. I don't know how, I don't think you've been here before, but anyway, you know the saying, to err is human, to forgive divine. There are people that do fucked up shit and they're not sorry about it. So if you make a mistake and you're truly remorseful or contrite about it, I think that people deserve a chance to do it the right way. But if they consistently show you by their behavior that they keep doing the same shit, maybe to other people, maybe not to you, but to other people, they're not sorry about doing it to you either. And they'll probably, come back around and hit you again at some point. But if somebody is remorseful, somebody has worked to change their life, remember, believe only half of what you hear. Believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see, and you'll do okay in this life. So people can talk all kinds of shit, but it's in the actions. And just sit back and watch, and you see. Is it possible that you said something that justified you being silenced? Not a baiting question. No. There's only one thing that I put out without sufficient vetting. And I still believe that is true, that actually happened. But that person definitely wanted it silenced. They've said the people that put it out there were lying, and maybe they were. I still, in my gut, I still believe that it's true, and it's really a disgusting thing that happened. No, people want me silenced because I figured out this whole craziness on here and the probability of who's financing it. That's why they want me to shut up. No, I'm not. Absolutely, there's a difference between one's belief and truth. No, truth is truth, and you just gotta go down the rabbit hole and find it, and you have to view it from all sides and not talk out of one's ass like I did earlier because I was convinced it was this one person banning me that actually was not wrenched. Now, I don't know why I thought I saw that person wrenched, and it registered in my mind that person's going to block me. I'm not entirely convinced there isn't an account of that person's that does have a wrench, but I don't know for sure. So, look, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, how can I make it right for you? You know, what can I do? I told you I was wrong. As far as that person is concerned, they don't deserve anything more from me with all the fucking lies they've put out and the attacks they've done on me. So, is it a possibility you were wrong about this person without fact or evidence? Seems no, dear. I've got emails with this person threatening me. Would you like to see them? I can show them to you. I can show you every fucking communication that came at me, just completely denigrating and pushing on a person that everybody knew was on the edge. Everybody knew it, and nobody gave a fuck. So, I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're friends with her. Your questions don't bother me because I don't have a guilty conscience. I know that person has intentionally spun stories about me that are complete lies. Like over and over again. This is like a couple of years ago, I come into a chat to basically call her out because that's when I was in my calling out mode. And she basically says, she's a chronic CPS caller. Don't listen to anything she says. Well, number one, I never called CPS on the dumb bitch. Okay. Number two, CPS, if you call CPS, which I personally don't believe in, I don't really trust them, it's confidential. They never, ever tell who has made the call. Period. Look into it. So, you know, somebody's got as a description that I'm a chronic caller of CPS. Also this particular person has sworn on the life of her child and lied, and people know that about her that have now turned around and chosen to be her friend, knowing she lied, knowing she's grifted for money, knowing she's stolen money from people. Okay? Those are facts. Those are indisputable facts. And it's all out there. Took people's money, did not give it back, was lying about the situation. I mean, come on. So this is just my opinion? No, it's not. It's not just my belief. No, it's facts. You know, what I wish for that person, as I do, especially for people with children, is to get some fucking help because you're destroying somebody else's life, namely your child, by your behavior, that there's no way that it can't affect them, especially if it's done on the level that it was being done over there. It was harming those children. But did I have, and there's another situation where somebody's kids were taken. That had nothing to do with me. Both these people have lost their children 2 or 3 times before for neglect, okay? They want to blame it on another person. Someone online that made a phone call. That's it. That's all that happened. But the person that made a document or a statement to the court has gotten a free pass. Explain that. But I continue to be blamed. But he's the one that made the statement. Your communication with someone is believable, however, your accusations is what I was questioning the validity of. Well, the accusations come directly out of the communications from that person. Nah, she wasn't wrong. This guy's, I don't know if we're 4 years almost together now. 3 or 4 years. This has been my top mod. He knows everything. CPS would only be appropriate with a clear case of severe abuse. Yeah, but even in those cases, it scares me because I've read so many stories of children in those kinds of situations taken out and put in worse situations. So I have a very huge fear of that. So my dislike of another person's behavior, I would never take it out on the innocent child. That's just gross. Sorry, but that's not me. Great people. Being someone who's outside the box, there's other factors that's driving your campaign, in my opinion. Children being mentioned or used as a tool to fight on here isn't a hill to die on, respectfully. I'm kind of being out the box. Well, you're not completely outside the box because you obviously have some information because you have an opinion that is driving your commentary. Being someone who's outside the box, there's other factors that's driving your campaign, in my opinion. I don't have a campaign, okay? I normally don't even talk about these people. But because I kept getting blocked in somebody else's channel, that's why this came up. And she started running her mouth against me, calling me a psycho. Someone's a psycho in this picture, bitch, and it ain't me. Children being mentioned, or I don't agree with children, being involved in anything on here. I don't. But if somebody is doing heinous fucking shit and a person in desperation tries to get it to stop and it had nothing to do with children, okay? But for one person, it absolutely was, but everybody believes his story that it was never about that. Okay. How am I dying on a hill to use children as a tool? What's right? I'm a little behind. Right, Molly? Okay. When people question your opinion with their own opinion. Clearly, they have an opinion. Clearly, in my view, they're championing for that person. Whatever. I don't care. I know the truth. And I can just bring it all out. I tried to help that person, and what came at me was so fucking out of line. In fact, the two of them, I tried to help them, and they both fucking stabbed me in the back. Then, once she showed her true colors, because she was trying to pretend to be friendly in the beginning, then I started exposing her bullshit with other people that she was fucking with. But I've kept my mouth shut because she's part of a network of bullies on here, and I don't want to deal with their stupidity. For me, it's not worth it. I got people running behind the scenes lying about me doxing their family and turning people against me. That's really, look, eventually you're going to get the karma. Just think about Anton LaVey when he was on his deathbed, and he served the evil very, very well, better than even the worst of the worst on here, perhaps. As he's dying, he goes, wait a minute, something's wrong here. Something's wrong. Yeah, something's wrong. You served the devil, and now you're going to hell for it, because the devil's a liar, and you will never come on top doing the devil's bidding. Sorry. You lie about an addict and say they're snorting cocaine off their fucking computer. Oh, it's just a parody. When the person was crying and sniffling because their loved one had just died of a drug overdose. That's what a stellar human being that you're standing up for did. And has never said she was wrong, and has never said she was sorry, and never sorry for looking up the obituary of my dead fiance. That's none of her fucking business. Okay? Never said she's sorry. So, but I'm the psycho. Okay. You know who's psycho is the guy you live with. He's a fucking idiot that he puts up with your shit. Well, I don't know if you could call him psycho. He's a fucking pussy whipped cock is what he is. You know? And the story is that in 23, the children were taken away. So why is he still with you? His excuse was because he was worried about your son. But he wasn't worried about what your behavior was doing to the son. No, he wasn't. For all those years, all that shit. I mean, what a disgusting way to live. You're in a relationship with someone, they're downstairs and you're upstairs stroking your fucking twat with assorted men. That's a decent human being? Would a decent human being ever do that? You knew he was a real freak, Rasputin. Yeah, well, that's where that KGB psycho idiot running Russia took his name from, too. Really? I never knew that. That's really interesting. Well, Rasputin, yeah. Well, Rasputin, to me, is just, you can see the evil on that person. And clearly did not have the best interest of the Tsarina at heart, the Tsar's wife, whom fell under his spell. But he literally was, casting spells like people do on here, or doing mind control manipulation. Another thing that some people have been accused of doing on here, one person in particular. When did I mention kids? When I'm talking about being accused of calling CPS? That makes no sense. I'm being accused of something I didn't do. In that context, children are mentioned because it's a fucking lie and it involves children. So where are you going with this except for you're a white knight, you're a cuck, and you're a simp for this person? Because that's not what I'm doing. And how many times have you been in my chat? What do you know about me? Because she dragged me into it by lying, saying that I called CPS. You're not going to silence me from speaking what my side of the story is, okay? If someone is accusing you of CPS, you're just not going to say anything of calling CPS? You're just going to be silent, being blamed for that? No, I'm speaking the truth. I'm sorry if the mention of that is harmful to you, okay? But I've been harmed being lied about within the context of children, okay? I want nothing to do with nobody's fucking kids. Okay? Not one fucking thing. I wish them the best. I hope their parents can turn around and be the best parents they can be to their children so that we can build good, strong, young adults and adults. And the formative years are important. And taking good care and being careful what you expose young people to is very important. That's why they took him out, but not to lunch. Maybe stop simping for scumbags, yeah. Whatever names you want to call me out of your own anger, perhaps not lower yourself. Again, the what aboutism doesn't change about how unhealthy this. Oh, come on. Come on. It's being spoken of in context. If you're such a snowflake, you can't handle that. I don't know what to say to you. Nobody's saying anybody's children should be fucked with. No, I don't agree that children should be fucked with. Absolutely fucking not. I don't know what the solution is to when children are really being abused. What do you do? Who do you call? You can't call the police because they're just going to call that other place. Like, where is there a safe place for a person to call if someone is being harmed? I don't know. I don't have the answer. Oh, please. I'm not desperate for vengeance. That person's, they've already shown they had enough rope to hang themselves, okay? I can recommend this. Keep mentioning an anger campaign. My anger campaign. Wish you peace, cause that. But you're. Oh yeah. Well, you would know because you know me so well. But you're just some troll, and you could be her for all I know, because the way you're white knighting is kind of like off the fucking charts. Oh, seek refuge in the Lord Jesus Christ. Listen, believe me, I work with the Jesus more than you do. I'm pretty sure of it. Okay. Yeah, I mean the person. Oh, let's all calm down. Yeah. That's typical troll. Calm down, calm down. Are you all right? Are you all right? Listen, I'm not new. I'm not green. Okay. I'm not green. Okay. So stop your bullshit. All right. You want to run your fucking stupid fucking narrative that I have a vengeance campaign? Give me a fucking break. Show me the evidence. Where's your proof of that? Your little friend called me a fucking psycho when I called her out. When I've called her out before, she said, I'm a psycho that calls CPS. She's a fucking liar. I have a right to be angry, but I don't hold angry or anger or resentment, and I'm not a grudge holder. But as long as she's still out there pulling her shit and manipulating people and showing up in places where I was hanging out, and then all of a sudden she needs to be there, you know? She needs to be there making friends with the person that she spent months attacking, lying and saying the person was lying about being R-worded as a child. Okay? But you're okay with her doing that, talking about people that were children that were possibly raped and saying that they're lying about that. You're okay with her doing that. That's okay with you? You're cool with that? But I have a vengeance campaign. She was attacking that woman for like 6 fucking months about that. Do you know what that does to a person that was traumatized and harmed as a child? Do you have any idea? But please continue to defend. Who's your friend? Who are you talking about? Whose kids am I talking about, huh? Oh, breathe. Okay. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Where's Hooded Claw? because I'm going to be playing some music for Hooded Claw. And you can win as Simp for the Day. How does that sound? Simp for the Day. Cuck of the Week. You're the Cuck of the Week. Ghostface, aka Serial Killer. What's going on? Is that a new account you came back in? Because I think you got blocked. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. That sounds like Renee. Are you part of the Renee crew? Oh, I've been drinking, yeah. I haven't had a drink in 33 fucking years, you fucking loser. When did you last have a drink? Probably tonight. What a dumbass. I'm surprised my top mod allowed you to run your fucking cocksucker the way you did. Go get another sock, loser. If you're her, you have about 1,000, right? You gotta hide your accounts and shit. Oh yeah, taking, just whatever. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Whatever you say. Uh-huh. Nope. If I take something because I can hardly walk, I take it as prescribed. And if you take medication as prescribed, it doesn't get you loaded. Okay? Certain medications that people could abuse if they took a lot of it. But if taken as prescribed, it doesn't even have any psychoactive effect that you can even identify. That's why I believe less is better, even if you suffer from chronic pain. Because another thing about taking pain medications is it actually causes pain. The drug actually ends up causing pain. Many people don't know that. I have hundreds of continued education units from the 10 years I worked in treatment. Okay? Show some respect to a troll. How about kiss my ass? Yeah, I saw you with dentured buffalo having a nice little laugh at me and Nikki's before. I know who you are. I mean, I know you ain't no good. Your comment makes that clear. So, yeah, no. Oh, I'm acting like a crazy person. Again, that's typical troll talk to try to trigger somebody. I'm acting like a crazy person. Oh, yeah. Sure. Okay. All right. Whatever you say. You're not acting like a crazy person, taunting someone that has a right to speak about the lies that have been told about themselves. You're okay with that. To that, I say, go fuck yourself. How's that sound to you? Go fuck yourself. Oh, I'm going so crazy. Oh, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. It's typical troll bullshit. Oh, and I need to show respect to some troll people you're talking about. I better show some respect. This is my fucking channel, and I'll say whatever the fuck I want. You want to come in here being all pressed about shit, trying to set me up, trying to trigger me, whatever the fuck you're trying to do, go get fucked. Yeah, my cat agrees too. Okay, baby, I'm gonna get you some more food after this song. Okay, baby, I'm coming. I'm coming. You turn me on. You lift me up. Like a sweetest cup. I show you. You lift me up. Don't you ever stop. I'm here with you. My wife's all or nothing. 'Cause you say you're gonna do. You follow me. And I follow you. What you gonna do when it all cracks up? What you gonna do when the love goes down? What you gonna do when the flames go up? You wanna know and tell the time. What you gonna do to make a dream survive? Become a storm inside. I lie and kiss you. Straight into your love. I lie and kiss you. We have to stop right there because the amount of trolls coming in, there's a chance they might try to strike my channel like they did and took my other channel down. So we're going to have to take a break. Unfortunately, Liz, there's dishwashing going on because Clea's here. She wants food, and I can't ignore that. Rain is not asking for food, which is unusual. I'm going to do this, and so Alive and Kicking by the band Simple Minds. Song came out, I think, in 1982. Someone would have to look that up. Especially dear to me because they're from where my grandmother was born. So I'm a fan of Simple Minds. You let me go, so I can see. You leave me on, so the things come and lights will shine. But if that don't mean nothing, like something you just want to. You take me home, where the magic's from. With you. What you gonna do when it all breaks off? What you gonna do when your love comes down? What you gonna do when the flames go up? Who's gonna come and turn the tide? Who's gonna do to make the dream survive? Who's gonna do to come on the other side? Oh, say goodbye, oh, say goodbye, oh, bye, oh, say goodbye. Oh, I gotta give you. Oh, stay till love you. Love you, I gotta give you. Oh, I gotta give you. Oh, stay till love you. Love you, I gotta give you. This girl can sing. Shit, I didn't check my sound thing. The problem is that it's late and I don't want to bother my neighbors. And I'm not good at playing music softly. We might play this. This song consistently gets banned. Like these idiots coming in here. Okay, this person says a femme laturbe. Oh, a violin for my story. Oh, okay. That's so kind of you. Wow. Uh-huh. Oh, look at them. Look at them all. Just, I love it. Just keep banning their socks, and then they have to keep going out, and we can just let them bring all their fucking socks in and ban them all, and they have to go make 100 new ones. Just let's do that. How's that sound? But I need to breathe. No, you need to breathe because you're a loser. This is how you waste your fucking time attacking people online you don't even fucking know, with probably only half of the information and just biased. You know, just you're rooting for somebody maybe purely just because you'd like to see a picture of their snatch. You know, as far as I know, that's what your main concern is. You got to stick up for that person because you want some of the pee too, right? Must be what it is. But of course, you know, who sent them all in? It wasn't her, right? It's not her that sends all those people in defending her, right? No, because she's a good person, and you know she's not the same person anymore, right? She's not doing those things anymore, except you are. A few more what songs or whatever that means. For what you're done and what you believe? Do you mean for what I've done and what I believe? Uh, it makes me feel better to counter the lies. How's that sound? I don't need people to hold me accountable. You know why? I hold myself accountable. That's something you probably have no concept about how to do ya? 80s rock. Okay, if you wanted to hear a song from the 80s, what would you choose? But I got a song from the 70s which really speaks to these people and the person that they are protecting. So hold on, let me get a sip of water. Let me put this over here. It's getting low on charge. Clearly those are her minions. Why would all those people come in right after I had accused her of blocking them? And talking about the fucking kid thing, which is what she's accused me of before, which is nothing but fucking lies, and you fucking know it. You stupid piece of shit. You're trying to pretend like you've turned into a decent person, so you're going to have other people attack me for you, right? That's how it's going to go down. Okay, bitch. You walked into the party like you were walking into a yacht. Your hat strategically dipped below one eye. Your stomach was apricot. You had one eye in the mirror as you watched yourself go out. And all the girls seem to baby your partner, and you're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. But you think this song is about you. Don't you, don't you? I had me several years ago when I was still quite naive. When you said that we made such a pretty pair and that you would never leave, but you gave away the things you loved, and one of them was me. I have some dreams and clouds in my coffee, clouds in my coffee, and you're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. I bet you think this song is about you. Don't you, don't you, don't you? Oh, God. Tom. I know. I'm yawning. Amateurs. Yeah. And so obvious, it's all being done for her. She got pipes and legs. Who you talking about? Jeanette sent me. It doesn't exist. You got some AI bullshit? Bring it, loser. I'm not on the eternal condemnation of my soul. If I'm lying, I haven't had a drink or a snort or anything without being used under doctor's orders. And in fact, don't even take anything. Was taking Tylenol mainly because I don't want to be on these drugs. But they just released something about Tylenol that they're putting a lot of plastic in the manufacturing of that, allegedly. So look into that. But if you take that, That's the report that I just heard, that they're putting a lot of plastic in Tylenol. So that's not going to be an option. What I'm looking into is something that occurs in nature that is such a good pain reliever. And it's not milkweed. I have to look it up. But it's a weed. It's like a weed that they just cut down and throw away, right? But it's actually a healing medicine plant. But they don't want you to know about it. But always ask your doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. I had some dreams, they were clouds in my coffee, clouds in my coffee, and you're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. I bet you think this song is about you. Don't you, don't you? When I hear you went on to Saratoga and yours naturally won, then you blew your living up to Nova Scotia to see the total eclipse of the sun. When you're where you should be all the time, and when you're not, you're with someone the world's fight over. Wife of a close friend, wife of a close friend, and you're so vain. Probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. I bet you think this song is about you. Don't you, don't you, don't you? You're so vain. Probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. I think this song is about you. Carly Simon. I'm going to say 1972. But again, it's like I need another device to look things up on. Oh, Jeanette sent you. First of all, Jeanette, I never went on camera with Jeanette. Jeanette would go on camera. I never went on camera with Jeanette. So bring it, loser. That's fucking hilarious. I suck it up, all right? You don't have to listen if you don't like it. It's a free country. I can talk about whatever I like that falls under my constitutional rights. Now you could say, well, YouTube, you don't have those constitutional rights. Well, then they can strike me for whatever I'm doing that's wrong. But I'm not doing anything wrong because for the purpose of commentary, criticism, etc., I can address whatever I want on here. You're triggered. You're spurging. I don't like that spurg thing because it's like downing people with Asperger's. So I didn't know what the spurging meant until like a couple of years in. I was like, I try very hard not to use that word. But in the case of you people, you're clearly spurging out because you don't want things mentioned. Because if it all wasn't true and I'm just some crazy lady, why are you wasting your energy talking to a crazy lady that's saying a bunch of things that aren't true? Why? Why are you so pressed? Why are you putting a spotlight on it? Why would you do that? Why would you put a spotlight on what you don't want discussed? Why would you poke a person in your efforts actually to get them to discuss it in order to have the situation in context. But I need to breathe. Okay, why don't you try to breathe? It's hard for me to believe that one of these accounts is not her, Tag, NSC Lady, whoever else got some bug up their dirty ass about things that I've done. Lisa Lake, fuck you, bitch. Oh, were you implying that I mention genitals every stream I do? You're a fucking liar, okay? You're just a liar. Renee. Lisa Renee. Lisa Renee in Virginia. Oh, and New Hampshire, right? You fuck with me, you can get back what you get back. You want to fuck with me? You want to spin your lies, Renee, about me drinking again? You're the only fucking cunt that did that. But I'm supposed to believe you're not in here pulling your shit? Yeah, you are. Somehow you got other people to go silent and you don't blame them. They made fucking statements to the court. You blame the people that didn't make statements to the court. I mean, are you that much of a numbskull? Sounds like it to me. Okay, whatever you say. Thank you so much for holding me accountable. There's nothing for her to be held accountable for, junkie trash. That's right. This person, Blues, is truly like one of my best and closest friends. There's not anything about myself that I have not shared with him. I have nothing to hide. There's nothing about myself I couldn't share right here, right now. I have nothing. I'm not ashamed of my past or the things that I've done because I have taken accountability for when I was wrong and I continue to. But I don't take responsibility for what other people have done. So you will never get me to do that. Never. That's not happening over here, okay? How many fucking accounts are you going to come in? Oh, don't act like you don't know who it is. Why? Who are you fucking cucking for, loser? Jesus. You're playing fucking head games. How old are you? Anytime soon you're going to grow up? You're probably hitting 60, right? The therapist called CPS, dumb fuck. I did not, okay? I said to the therapist, on the eternal condemnation of my soul, if I'm lying, and I won't swear like that, like you lied on your kids, you swear it on your kid's life, and you lied, and everybody knows it, okay? So I've told the story. All that shit that was being put out by Katie and Forrest, which those are the people you should be angry with, not me. That this guy that you were very close with was saying all these terrible things that were done to your child. And only a person that has no feelings at all is going to hear that and not be concerned. So it turns out I have an appointment, I think it was on a Tuesday, following when a lot of that shit came out, whether it was the end of that week or it was over that weekend, but it was really disturbing and it was really horrible. Okay. So I'm in my session sharing it with my therapist and she says, stop right now. I have to call CPS. I go, no, I'm not okay with that. It doesn't matter what you're okay with. I told the story the same time and I've never deviated. Okay. I don't trust those people. I'm not okay with that. It doesn't matter what you're okay with. I'm a mandated reporter. If I hear that there's a potential child being ABUSED'd, I have to do something about it. I am mandated by law. I have to. And I repeatedly said I was not okay with it, and it didn't matter. Okay? Now, another part of this, we won't get confirmed because whatever. wherever he is and whatever he's doing. But Yaxley even said that when CPS came to your house, it was the day before I had my appointment with my therapist. So did you ever have a visit after that? Because as far as I know, there was never any action taken on the reporting that was done by my therapist. Okay? Now, you are pot calling kettle black. You're a fucking hypocrite. You sit here calling people psycho. Why the fuck are you over here spinning your fucking tails again? Because you are a grudge holding fucking loser that will never ever accomplish anything in your life but what you're doing right here on YouTube. You think you're a star. Unreal. This is Mally World. Woohoo, baby! She got legs, knows how to use them. Yeah, and I know how to do a roundhouse fucking kick, too. My back wasn't so fucked up. Listen, 10 years ago, yeah, I was in some pretty fucking good shape. Now, at this point, because I have good muscle memory, I still have tone to my muscles and all that. Not like it was, but I can still get it back. It's coming back since I've been in physical therapy. So that's good. But I'm not a violent person. Like, even with everything that piece of garbage has done, it's not like I fantasize about harming her or even putting her in jail. Although I believe she could use a timeout in a jail or prison cell. But in any case, I don't think about her. But when she is pulling her shit and gravitating around where I am, it makes me uncomfortable. And I question, why is she in the room of someone that she just spent 6 months saying was lying about being harmed as a kid? Okay. So you want to talk about people who go hard and fuck with people about kids? This one does it. Remember when you did the thing with Tom, Chosen One? I can bring that video up too, where you're all laughing about how that woman gave you her address so you could send her a baby gift, and then you reported her to CPS, and she had an infant. You're a hypocrite. You are most likely the biggest fucking hypocrite I have ever witnessed. Every time you go live, it is nothing but a projection-a-thon. You're just projecting who you are. Oh, really, really, really. The therapist, do you not understand what mandated reporting is and client-patient confidentiality? That within a session with a therapist, I'm allowed to speak about anything that's bothering me. And hearing about a little boy being harmed was very traumatizing. Okay? It was off the fucking charts. But you don't hear her going after the people that said it, or even talking about DMM, the guy who was saying it, that was her friend, that was saying that she allowed him to do all these things. You don't see her going after him, nor do you even see a police report from that time of him saying that stuff, or a restraining order against him for saying it. All she wants to talk about is me and my involvement. Fuck you, okay? Fuck off, loser. You're all just a bunch of fucking losers that want to rewrite. The call can now be traced back to you by your own admittance and lying to it's not lying. Everybody saw the videos. I can go on Tracy's channel where she talks about the videos that were being put out about a child being allowed to be raped. You stupid fuck. Go ahead. Go get a record. Go. You must be Lisa. Go FOIA. That's what you enjoy, right? That shit ain't free, so you have to spend your money to do it. So go waste your money, okay? You cannot FOIA records from CPS. Sorry to inform you. Here, I'll ask the AI. Just a second. Shit. Hold on. Trying to cut and paste something. I don't know if you can hear me. Well, there you go. This isn't healthy for your brain and the drugs that is holding everything together. Your boyfriend, God rest his soul, died of drugs. Don't fall in those steps. What is that supposed to mean? Is that like a taunt? Are you trying to taunt me? I mean, what I read, and I want to know what Blues reads, is the disingenuous nature of this person. And it's almost a dig that I'm creating an environment because I'm on drugs that I will go the way of my ex. You are disgusting. Why are you talking about, you think that's talking about children is not acceptable, but talking about my dead beloved fiance, that's a free for all? Fuck you. Jesus. Get a grip. It's all her. I don't know. Half those accounts are probably Tiffany herself. Oh, well, go cry about it, Tiffany. Are you still trying to set Jeff up that he's beating you so that you can off him and then say it was self-defense? Because I'm sure that's what rolls around in your fucking psycho brain. And you know I'm right. You know I'm right. If you should have to get rid of him because he's abusing you, and then you get to stay in that house, right? You probably get to inherit everything that's his because he's probably so dumb He has you on his life insurance policy. He has you as the, the beneficiary of his things. He, we all know, is missing a few marbles if he's continued to put up with your crap. And if you don't want it talked about, then you should call off all of your fucking evil minions and just go away. After this stream is completed, it won't be talked about again. And people rarely come to my channel anyway, so what are you worried about? Why do you have to silence me? So go FOIA the records and find out for yourself who made the CPS call. And then if you want to talk about false allegations, they're not going to come after me, darling. They're going to come after Katie and Forrest because they're the ones that put it out there. And you apparently are supposed to be against Katie, but you keep pinning this on me when the true person to blame is her and Forrest because they were the ones pushing that information. Plus, what about your friend Daniel, who said he did it with your blessings and took himself to the police and told them to arrest him because he had done that? Why have you never gone after him? The only person you've ever gone after is me. I'm not the originator of this problem, you stupid bitch. At that point in time, I was still okay, not great with Katie, never have been. She's never liked me, that's clear. I sent her a message and I said, I am really worried that somebody's going to call CPS and put that kid through some trauma. Is there any way somebody can get in touch with her mom so that she can get, because she had offered, we had all heard it, Scotty just played it, had offered to come in and take the boy and take care of him because you were going through some shit. It was just played last night on Scotty's. I can play it. And I just said, is there any way to do that, to get him out of there so that he doesn't have to be bothered by it? And hopefully they'll just, not a big deal is going to be made about it, to the point where the child is taken out of the care of family members. Okay? Now, I went back to try and find that communication, but Katie deleted the communication we had, or else I would have shown you that proof. But again, I can swear on the eternal condemnation of my soul if I'm lying that did happen. That's exactly what happened. And I never wanted authorities involved, even though if you're truly doing that, and there are women that do that with their children, you should have the severest of ramifications from it. People will stand up there and say, oh, she would never do that. You don't know who would never do that. The fucking lady next door that's wearing Prada and Gucci every day could be fucking doing that to her kid. And I'll tell you how I know that. Because I knew a woman in AA that was a top fashion model. And everybody wanted to be her friend. And she molested her own son. Okay? You don't know what these fucking people look like. She was beautiful. You never in a million fucking years would have thought that she would have done something to her own son. And I had known her 10 years before that came out. And it came out because her son ended up raping someone because he's fucked up. That's why I said, watch what you do with your kids. You shouldn't be looking at me. Look at what you're doing in front of your children. Look at the mess you're creating. Okay? But that's what that woman did to her child. He ended up going to prison for rape. And when he was in prison, I started writing to him in prison. And he told me a lot about what had happened. Now, that doesn't justify him harming a woman, but people's brains get twisted when they are harmed like that as children. It's serious. And as a mother, look, CPS is not a good deal, but you should be like, I'm not worried. They can come to my home anytime. I'm a good mother. I don't have to worry about that. In fact, your arch nemesis, she says it all the time. They've come there. They know she's a good parent. She's not worried at all. Why are you so worried? And you did tell him when he was making disgusting comments about those little kids in McDonald's that he didn't do anything wrong. So shall we bring it all back up and show who you really are? Because you didn't change, sweetie. You're still doing the same shit. And you know you are. Why are you up in everybody's business also? Who's looking after who's managing your life when you're so busy managing everybody else's? You are the arbiter of how people should behave. Like you have any fucking right in a million years to say anything about how a person should behave. You've done horrid things. You haven't tried to set them right, which tells me you ain't sorry and you haven't changed. My situation with you is the prime way to show that you did not change. You're still coming over here stalking me, calling me a psycho, and all this other bullshit, and having your friends come in accusing me about that fucking CPS bullshit. Because I knew eventually that's what you were doing back then. Anytime I would go into a room to try and expose you, you would say about the CPS thing, and in a minute, there I'm a pariah and you're a fucking liar. And guess what? When I leave this earth, I'm not going to have to pay for that. But you are. Where's your man when you're up all night for fucking... Scotty said you were up 4 days straight. You hadn't slept. You were online. 4 days straight. People track this shit. You're a sicko. 4 fucking days straight. You're trolling, but you're a good mother? Get the fuck out. Fucking lying bitch. You're a liar. I can't play like anything. It has to be played loud, and everything needs to be played loud. That would be a great one, but not the blocker. Um, and your friend Daniel comes in. I got the screenshot where he says that he's going to blood sacrifice me for his high priestess Tiffany. Why would he say that? Why would he come to my channel? Why would he know anything about me? Why? Because of you, that's why. Why do you have a relationship with that psycho who wrote books about doing terrible things to you and your son and unaliving the two of you? Why would you still be talking to that person? Why is there no restraining order? He knows where you live. He's actually been there. Isn't he one of the guys you let take care of your kid while you went out to do other things? Like Sebastian? Some guy you just met on the internet that you fucked and left your kid with? Was that in the house that you were with Jeff, or was that when you were somewhere else? Well, you know what you did with Jamie when you were living with Jeff. Go Scotty. Look, I'm not friends with her. I'm not cool with her. But her exposing you is fucking awesome, and I completely support it. Somebody is really pressed. Pressed. Somebody's really triggered out. Oh, you want to put that on me? No, I'm fine. I'm doing good. Just not being scum like you are. Makes me a happy woman. But it's clear all of that was for her, was it not? How come I don't see any comments? Please send a comment. Did I block you by accident? Now I have to go into YouTube. Hold on. But I have a song I'm going to end with. Okay, I got to go to YouTube. You're not going to be able to hear me for a second. No filter, and you want to keep calling me old lady? Okay. Uh, that was from 2 years ago. Nothing much has changed, and there is no filter. So go cry your mommy. No filter. I wasn't using filters then. I haven't used filters in a long time. I've used pictures that were filtered, and I've always stayed. I'm always very honest about any picture that's been filtered. As a rule, I don't use them anymore because I think it's very, very bad for young people, especially their minds being distorted into this abnormal beauty standard that's unobtainable without cosmetic surgery. So, but you're the nasty bitches that are always, talking about people's looks. I mean, you're just low life. That's pure ad hominem, and that's what an idiot does when they got nothing else. Okay, Danny, give me a request, or I have to figure out our final song for the evening. Plus, it's getting late. I mean, I'm trying to get to bed by 11 for the last, like, 2 months. My schedule, well, sleeping is a luxury. Okay, I'm going to play you a song that's I'm trying to think of like one of my favorites from the 80s, but since that was a really bad time, I mean, I first started getting clean in 83, so I told you I was young. It goes back a long way. But there were a lot of painful years between the age of 12 and a half and just barely 21. So there's a lot of songs that carry huge emotional weight from that time. But I don't I'm not really that affected by any of that anymore because it's so long ago. Thunderstruck is what you want to hear? Or is that just a comment? Okay, you need food now? I told you. Okay. Wasn't somebody just in here saying I don't care about my cats? My whole fucking life is about these cats. I just spent $300 of my fucking rent money to take my cat to the vet yesterday, and I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent, you dumb fuck from hell. Fuck you. I don't take care of my cat. I have people telling me you need to put yourself before those cats. If you're not okay, they're not going to be okay. That's what my friends that know me say. You're just a fucking piece of shit troll. And you tear at people. You try to tear them down. So the end conclusion is you want them gone in any way. And if that means they off themselves, you're okay with that. Tiffany, you are, aren't you? You were just laughing about that woman that was jabbed by her husband recently. Yeah, your friend Scotty, your ex sissy. She's exposing you again. It's fabulous. I love it. I love it for you, hon. I love it for you. Oh, are you steaming over there? Is Thunderstruck a song? I know Thunder Road. Oh, good. Now you got content. Phil, you got content. You want to call people PDF files and perverts, but this is your friend, and everybody knows that she is an abnormally sex-crazed individual that has had sexual interactions with at least 10 men. But you're okay with that. But I'm a pervert that talks about genitals all the time. Really. The load of shit you guys put out is just, it's fucking so fucking lame. It's lame. Oh, it's AC/DC. I can't do that this late at night here. It has to be more mellow. Oh, wait. I have to give my cat some food. I gotta go soon. Yeah, that was totally orchestrated by Tiffany. She called in her fucking troops. Nobody would have known anything about what I was talking about if it weren't for her. Because I'm just a little channel. I got nothing to do really with anybody much on here. So how do all these people find out that I'm talking about her? And they all rally to attack me for her. Oh, but it's not about her, whoever you are with your. Oh, and I should be careful who I'm talking to. Really? Why? Why? Why should I be careful? What are you going to do to me? What are you threatening me with? Huh? You have a right to threaten me, but don't mention what happened with somebody's KID. But you have a right to threaten me. Don't mention anybody's cat. Nothing was unseemly. Nothing was anything but contextual. Boy, did you have a problem, and you really needed that to stop. You really needed that to shut down. You need to shame me about that so that I would stop talking about it, because your friend doesn't want people to hear about what really happened. That's why. You just are trying to derail. You didn't do very good, did you? You go run around calling people psychos all the time, Tiffany. That's because you are one. You have no fucking conscience. Have you ever met your grandchild that's got to be hitting 2 years old? Have you ever met your grandchild yet, Grandma? Did you meet your grandchild yet? I think not, because the scuttlebutt is your son wants nothing to do with you and hasn't wanted to have anything to do with you since he was 16 years old. And you have never, ever been off of here or saying that you were going to Hawaii to see him and his child, have you? You spin a fantasy about what a perfect individual you are. Oh, I've been making body lotions and candles for years, and it's like you create facades in order to ingratiate yourself with people. It is so psychopathic. Watching it, it's just unreal. How you suck up because you want that person under your spell. It's the love bombing. It's the I connect with you. I do that. We're alike. I'm like you. Yeah, I like those things too. Yeah, I've made those things too. Yeah, yeah. Oh, look how nice she is. She likes what I like. Uh-huh. All manipulation. Okay, thunderstruck, but I don't know how loud I can play it. Thunderstruck AC/DC. I like that. That's like the song I want to hear. Does that sound right? Doesn't sound right to me. But I don't know it. Sorry, my phone's charging. Does that sound right? Okay, so here comes the threat. Instant DMCA, it doesn't work that way. Under the Fair Use Act, we are allowed to listen to music for the purpose of commentary, criticism, and education. When you are looking at a piece of artwork, you can't just cut off like a sculpture. I'm going to cut off the arm and that's all I can talk about. Okay? No, you address the entire work. When you're dealing with music, you can't cutting it up. It's actually under the Fair Use Act. You can play the whole song if you have a reason to do so, which it is under education, criticism, or commentary. It's under the Fair Use Act that it's being used. Educate people about forms of music maybe they've never been subjected to. It actually is promoting the record labels or the music licensors or whatever the hell. They make money every time this stuff gets played, even if it's on a non-monetized channel. They still make money. That's why you can't play music on a monetized channel. You will lose your monetization. That's what happened. I got monetized, but I continued to play music because that's what I want to do. And so I lost my monetization. But what is your problem that you want me to have my shit taken down? Morris Day, Get It Up instead of Thunderstruck? That or the time, Get It Up, shit's hot. Okay. Is Get It Up, who did you say it was? Morris Day? I like Morris Day. Damn it, lady, it's a joke. Okay, well, if that's what it is, you know the sarcasm. Oh, Shay. Well, you didn't just see me go under a massive fucking troll attack. I'm a little gun shy. Okay, Get It Up, Morris Day. I need to go to bed. I cannot stay up this late. Oh, you must be so butthurt that you couldn't get me to trigger out with all your fucking henchmen that you sent in. You wicked witch. You evil spawn of Satan. But you're cool with Satan, aren't you? Didn't I hear that something about you, that you're into that dark shit? Occult shit? Well, Daniel said that he was going to blood sacrifice me for his high priestess, Tiffany. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of weird. Why would somebody say that? Okay, Get It Up. Commercial. Now, I have the sexiest song, I think, by Prince. But they'll definitely block the video and I'll have to cut it out. If this isn't playing, why? Okay, wait, I gotta go to another one. Sounds a lot like Prince. And yeah. Ready for a real good time. Gonna try to blow your mind. Can't you see, you and me? It sounds so nasty. Let your hair hang down. We could move around. Don't you know? Don't you so? Make it happen. Ooh. There's nothing wrong. We get all night long. Me and you, we need a groove. Feels good doing. Beat it up. Leave your cares behind. Let me try to find a spot to get you hot. Let me do your love. we have to stop just because the lunatics are running the asylum. So did you hear what I said in the beginning? I go, this sounds a lot like Prince, right? The song is written by Prince. Jimmy Jam is actually the person singing it, not uh, Morris Day. So I don't know if it's because it's a re-edit or if this is the original song and it was always sung by him. But that's what it says. Jimmy Jam, lead vocals, writer, Prince. So I fucking nailed it again. And we're teaching about things here. And so one thing, Morris Day was very good friends with Prince for a long time. Like they went back to the day, like when just in the beginning playing in clubs and stuff. Like they had a really long-term tight friendship. So of course it would make sense. And this song is so Prince because I can play the song Head that sounds almost very similar to this. Prince has some really nasty songs, but they're good, like this one. Can't you see you and me? It sounds so nasty. Get your body drift. Let me take you on a trip. Can't you see you're killing me? You're so pretty. Oh my God, that is just such a classic Prince. It really is. It first came out in 1981. I think Prince hit the charts 78, 79 is when he launched. I'm pretty sure it was before 1980. That is a good song. But Prince, I mean, he was a very kind of sexual being anyway. He also, there's a lot of talk out there, again, alleged, that he was a real asshole too. We know that he had Mati, the girl. She was only 14, but he allegedly waited till she was 18 to be with her, and he was in his 40s or something. I mean, those are bad optics, and I loved Prince, but when I heard about that, not so much. I still love his music, and his music has brought me a lot of joy, but that whole thing does not sit well with me at all. I think that's really bad. It's long too. What's long? That's why I'm more of a Morris Day. I like oh wee oh wee oh. What is that song? That's a fun song. I would love to play that, but it's really late. But I love that song that he did in Purple Rain. Do you know which one I'm talking about? Oh, I'm malingering again. Looks like I can hardly walk, but that's malingering. Really? Really? My spine specialist wants to see me right away since they got my results, but I'm just malingering because my back is all kinds of fucked up, and I have to have an MRI on my fucking hip because she's marine. Sick bitch. Okay, I have to look something up. How can I do it? Where is my computer? because maybe I can look something up on the computer. Ouch! So do you know the song Head? Jungle Love. Oh, oh, oh. I love that song. Oh my God. Is that song not just amazing? Like, the minute that song starts playing, if you're in a club or something, you have to go dance. You can't not dance to that song. I can't not dance to it. Now I want to hear it. Damn it. Can we hear it? And I can put the phone closer to the speaker so it's louder for you guys. And then I'll just keep my stuff down so I'm not. But do you know the song? I'm pretty sure it's called Head by Prince. What do we think are Prince's top 15 dirtiest songs? Sister. I've never heard about that. That already doesn't sound good. Head. Jack You Off. Let's Pretend We're Married. Erotic City. I love Erotic City. Darling Nikki. Well, that's where her name comes from. I didn't know. Yeah, I did know that. Tambourine. Sugar Walls. Tick, Tick, Bang. Cream. Cream. That's nasty. Get Off. Violet the Organ Grinder. Come and Orgasm. I mean, dang, No Lady Cab Driver? Guy literally made a song, We Can Fuck, that you left out. I can't even bring myself to spell it out here. So these were his sexiest songs, but the one that was left off is literally called We Can Fuck. Come on, he literally makes the sound of orally doing the do part of the song. One of those songs that you have you leaping for the pause button when you're listening with family and forget about that part. What come that song? Should we listen to it? The song I think is hotter is it's called It. It's so good, but I can't play that song. I have to blast that shit. Okay, let's check out the song COME, and I'm probably going to be stopping and starting it. My phone is running low on charge, so we're almost done here. I don't know. I know there's a lot of women that don't like doing it, though. I'm not saying I'm one of them. At this point, that is not anything to do with me. But I never had a problem with it. Um, it might not even be on here. It isn't. They're not allowing his music to be played. Okay, it's 11 minutes? No. I'm not doing 11 minutes. Oh, 4 minutes Come by Prince unreleased version. But is it him? Because I don't, if it's somebody else, I don't. Prince, they're really, right after he died, you could play his music for a while, but then they started cracking down. Okay, I'm not playing that. It's too long. Here, we'll try this. I don't know.
should do that, baby. No way you cry. Spirits calling. There's a reason why. Give me a chance to see the future. Won't you try? You are so alive. When I call you up, I want to tell you what to wear. Don't be surprised if I tell you to go there. Let you wash between your soul and through your hair.
I feel like the original version is way better than this. Something about that is off. It's a remaster, so I don't know what it is. Well, and this one is another unreleased. So there was a lot of unreleased versions. Okay, we're not finding it, so we're moving on to Head. The guy I was dating at the time just fucking loved it. He loved Prince and he loved this song. That's a commercial. It was faking me out like there wasn't a commercial. I'm gonna be up to another flippin' commercial. What are you ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ing about? Okay. That is quite a jam right from the gate. So what do you think? Is it? It's nasty, yeah.
till you're burning up, hey, till you're getting up, hey, till your love is wet, hey, love you till you're dead, hey, hey,
What happened to Danny? Interesting way to end that. I don't remember that at all. Okay, I have to play this song because I love it so much. But it's going to be hard to play it softly. But if they have it, I gotta hear it. It's probably going to get blocked. I don't know. It's kind of a long song. Not on that one, but no. Okay, it is what it is. God, what an intro. It's like 3 hours long. That's the intro. It's probably about 2 minutes long.
all of my purple life, I've been looking for a girl that would want to be my wife. That was my intention, girl. I think baby is maybe we can make some time. So pretty, you and me, right, city, come alive. We can walk into the dark, making love to cherries on. Right, city, can't you see? I'm so pretty, you and me. Every time I comb my hair, thoughts of you get in my eyes. You're a sinner, I don't care. I just want you creamy pie. Baby, it's maybe we can make some time. I'm so pretty, you and me. Erotic city, come alive. We can walk into the dark, making love to cherries on. Erotic city, can't you see? I'm so pretty, you and me. I wish you felt the same. We could walk into the dawn. I wish you were my name. Baby, some time. So pretty, you and me. Right, city, come alive. We could walk into the dawn. Making love to cherries on. Right, city, can't you see. So pretty you and me. Baby, it's really what you say. So pretty you and me. Like sitting on the night. And take it to the sun. Cherry soul. Like sitting, can't you see? So pretty you and me.
I have to stop it just because of the bullshit. But we still got 6 minutes left, or we have 3 minutes left. But it's kind of not cool to not play the whole song. That's why I say under the Fair Use Act, I'm gonna do some looking into this. How people are able to present the entire work, because I know that that people can do it somehow. There is a way to do it. I don't know if you have to ask the copyright holder if you can play it sometimes with certain things. I don't know. I have to look into it. But certainly many of these people want the music played. That's why they allow it. They don't block it. Very few people block it. They get paid when it's played. Actually, though, I wonder if YouTube gets paid when it gets played. No, they get paid. They get paid anytime something is played. I don't think I can do anymore. I can't stand anymore. But I can't not finish the song. Like, I just can't do that. I love that part. Some creamy human child, blind city come. He definitely pushed boundaries, you know. Mick Jagger has nothing but like glowing things to say about Prince's talent. Like that Prince, he felt, was like the greatest talent of the last 40 years or something. That I wish I could find the quote of what he said. I think I read it the other night, but it's really glowing. Like he put Prince up on a pretty high pedestal, calling him like one of the greatest musicians of all time. He could play every instrument, and he was skilled at every instrument. It's kind of crazy. Very talented. Oh, come on. That's how he ended it? I thought that he did another erotic or something like that. I thought that it ended with that, but I guess I'm wrong. Yeah, I was pretty upset when he died. I don't think I knew yet about the thing with the wife. I think I started looking more into him after that. Sinead O'Connor also had some pretty bad things to say about Prince. That Prince attacked her, actually. And I don't know if it was of a schmexual nature or not. I'm not sure. So anyway, that's gonna do it. I said what I had to say. When I said I'm sorry, I was wrong, you didn't have to continue on calling me a psycho and all the other shit you did, which just proves what a fucking cunt you are, a grudge holding cunt, and you will forever be trying to pay me back by saying that kind of shit after the horrible fucking things you did to me. What did I really ever do to you? That I was out of my mind and I talked to my therapist and that she was mandated to make a call that I didn't approve of. And haven't you called CPS on somebody's kids lately? Wasn't it Amber? Well, we know you've done it more than once. I haven't. So there's that. Now, you've done that. And there's plenty of evidence to show that you have done it. And I'll show that woman that was so unsuspecting and calling you her angel for sending her stuff and then doxing her and calling CPS and she's an infant. And then let's not forget what you did to Molly, who it was never stated, but it sounded like she maybe had cancer. So you were going to send her some cannabis products in the mail, which is illegal, I think, but so you needed her address to send her this medicine to help her because she was suffering. And then you gave her address to Katie. Remember that? That was real kind of you. Yeah. Tracy used to give it to you for that, but now she's cut you complete passes because having you on her side is of more value to her than not. So, yeah, but she was taking you to task for that for quite a while. What you did to Molly, and that and that's it. That's the perfect way to end it because that crystallizes exactly who you are. That you would do that to a woman with cancer that could possibly be dying and fucking give her docs to somebody you know had bad intent towards her. You are the filth and the sacks of shit and the shit bags that you're talking about. That is you. Have a good one. Denial is not just a river in Egypt. It may have been in the Grand Canyon, actually. But you're a fucked up individual. Get some fucking help already. Love you.